Hi guys, welcome back to my whatever, and in case you're new here, my name's Lady, this is my whatever, the place where I do whatever I feel like, and today I'm gonna do a movie review, I guess you call it. Anyway, so I love the show Shadowhunters, based on... My kittens are playing in my laundry basket. I didn't know what that sound was. It was like scratching on plastic. It's them. Okay, anyway. So I love Shadowhunters, the show, based on a book series that I have not read. One day. To be read list. It's on there. So anyway, I found out recently, I think I said before, that there is a booktuber that I really like, that she has read all the books, she loves them, and she was talking about the movie. I didn't know there was a movie. Well, anyway, back in 2013, there was a movie. Back in 2013, there was a movie made. It wasn't actually called Shadowhunters. It was called The Immortal Instruments, The City of Bones, which is, my understanding, is the title of one of the books. I'm not for certain, but I think I saw that on the booktuber's bookshelf once. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I need to get it. But first, I looked it up. I found the movie trailer for it back in 2013, and I thought it looked really good, and I was like, wow, in this book they must be really descriptive. Cassandra Clare, the author, must have been really descriptive about the characters, because the characters in the movie versus the characters in the show are very similar. Now, the show is an American show, whereas the movie, I believe, takes place in the UK. I know all the actors and actresses, for the most part, are English, so I assume it takes place in the UK. Don't be mad if I'm wrong, that's just my assumption. Because I didn't do that much research, I just wanted to see if it looked interesting. So, I thought the movie looked good, so I looked it up on my library website, and they had one copy of it, but it was currently checked out, so I had to request it, and then like a week later it came in, so I went and got it, and I watched it. Let me tell you, the disappointment. I love the TV show so much, but the movie was just awful. It was awful. Because, and I'm not gonna give any spoilers, so don't worry. I guess I should have said that at the beginning, that there are no spoilers. Maybe I'll put that in the title. So anyway, really? All the critters are just like, let's see how loud we can be today. So anyway, the movie was just bad. Like, I've never read the book, but I have seen the show, and the show makes everything make sense really well. In the movie, stuff doesn't really make sense. It seems really rushed. The acting is terrible. I do understand that this movie was made a few years ago, and I mean, I guess that's an excuse, but no, because there were other movies made in 2013, and even earlier than that were better. So anyway, it was rushed way through because they were trying to fit a lot in one movie, but it was supposed to get sequels and it never did, because I guess even when it came out in 2013, everybody else thought it was bad. So it never got its sequels. So the end of the movie is very cliffhanger. But if you've seen the show, well, there's only been 2 seasons, or rather, there are only 2 seasons out on Hulu right now, so I guess that means there are only 2 seasons out currently. If you have watched those, they go further than the movie, and then if you read the book, you just know how it goes. But yeah, it left at such a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I see where they definitely obviously planned on making more movies, but this was just so balmy. Like, yeah, the actors weren't likable. They weren't relatable at all. They had no chemistry. Like, there were characters who were supposed to, like, be in relationships and love each other, and you just didn't get it. And there was a character who's supposed to be, like, big and important, and he's barely even in it. And when he does show up at one point, it's really weird, and he's rude. And, which I guess he is kind of a little rude, originally, when the characters meet him. But at the point where the movie left off, they were supposed to have worked things out, and he wasn't supposed to be such a bad guy, but the movie, they didn't really put him in it, so when you meet him and he's kind of a shitty person, they don't focus on him anymore, so when he comes back again later in the movie, he's still a shitty person, when really by that point, you were supposed to actually like him, but you didn't get that at all. And like even him in the later scene in the movie didn't even make sense of him being there. Like, I knew why he was supposed to be there, but they didn't make that make sense. So anyway, none of it made sense. The acting was terrible. It was rushed. Nobody seemed like they had any sort of chemistry at all. Definitely not the ones who were supposed to be in love with each other. You just didn't get it. Like, I didn't even get the vibe that they were friends on set. Like, I feel like none of the cast liked each other, and they were just getting a paycheck to make the movie. That was the way that it seemed to me, and I didn't like it, and I was really disappointed. And through the entire movie, I kept going, I hate it, it's so bad. And my husband kept going, then why are you still watching it? I'm like, because I'm committed, I need to know how they end it. And then they ended it with a cliffhanger, because yeah, they were supposed to have a second movie and didn't, because it was so terrible. So, not trying to form an opinion for you, but I honestly say don't waste your time. If you do want to see it, or every once in a while you just get in a mood like I do to watch a really bad movie, then you could watch it. Again, the movie is titled The Immortal Instruments, City of Bones. The show on Hulu, which I think Hulu puts it on there from Freeform, don't take my word on that, is called Shadowhunters. And the books are by Cassandra Clare. I'm not sure what she has an actual title. I feel like some of them are Shadowhunters, some of them are Immortal Instruments. I'm not really sure. If you look it up either way, you'll find it. If you look up Cassandra Clare in general, you'll find it. So, because eventually one day I'm going to read it. One day. In the far or distant future. 20, 30 years from now. I'll get around to it. Because if you know me, if you've watched my channel and heard me talk about my books before, my to-be read list is longer than I could possibly read in my entire lifetime. So I just gotta pick and choose. And then with my book channel, that reading takes up a lot of my time, so I really don't have a ton of time to read books for myself anymore, because I'm reading them all for that. But at the same time, that is kind of reading for myself, because I'm currently reading the Serafina trilogy. I've never read those before, so as I'm reading them to record them to post, that is the first time I'm reading the book. So currently I have finished the first book, and I'm starting, and I'm like in book 2, and I really, really like them. And there are 3 books. I don't own the 3rd one, so I'm gonna have to find it. But yeah, so I don't read for myself, but reading for my channel is kind of reading for myself. Kind of. The 11 Thumps books that I finished, I had read them before. And I didn't mind reading them again. And honestly, any books that I have read before that I'm going to do again on my channel, it's because I really like them enough that I don't mind reading them again. So, it's kind of reading for myself. It's kind of not. It kind of counts. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I am sorry. I do that a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this now, where we're at, before I continue to talk your ear off forever. And as usual, click the like if you liked it, comment if you feel like, subscribe if you want, because I would really appreciate it, and please share it with all your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!